Alright, broski, it's T and I'm back with another video on one of our favorite YouTubers. It's Alex Leonidas, Alpha Destiny. Yes, he wins the award for the best YouTuber, influencer. He says here, let's review this video. It says the worst argument against pull-ups. Okay. Yeah, man. I mean, he's been lifting weights for what, a couple of years or a couple of decades or a couple of hundred years or something. The question is I have for all of you out there, why isn't Alex growing? Why isn't he growing? Are you going to say, but he has a nice physique? No, he just has low body fat. I want to know why Alex isn't growing. Why isn't he growing? If weights build muscles, like everybody, like all you say out there, hey man, gotta lift that, you gotta get it stronger to get it bigger, lifting weights, gotta keep going to the gym, chronically lifting weights, gonna build muscles. Well, why isn't he massive, like walking around fucking huge, like, 400 pounds or 500 pounds of muscle? He's been lifting for 10 years on this channel or something, right? You think in 10 years that your body would have grown all this muscle. Then you get people like Coach Greg. He says, oh, you'll be so lucky to build 5 pounds of muscle in 10 years. Well, if it takes 10 years to build 5 muscle, what the fuck would you keep going to the gym for? Anyways, let's review this bullshit.
Here's the worst argument I've ever heard against pull-ups for hypertrophy. Because the body can move freely in space, the potential for torso or leg swing reduces stability. So force production goes down due to coordination demands. Therefore, pull-ups are not optimal for growing your back. This idea is complete lunacy.
So pull-ups grow your back. See? The pull-ups are not, he says they're not, he was complaining that people said that pull-ups are not optimal for growing your back. Okay, let's just say that the pull-ups are not optimal for growing the back and the weights are. Then why isn't Alex growing other than his head?
Propagated by weak biomechanics frauds who live on a black and white spectrum of exercise selection. Because this so-called instability can not only be corrected with very easy form cues, but even...
Why isn't that back growing? It looks like low body fat, muscularity there. Why is it not growing? Why isn't it growing? It should be massive already, like huge. Should be like open bodybuilders, even bigger.
Were true, the degree of it is already so trivial that it hardly matters to begin with. The fact is, no one but complete beginners fail on pull.
He looks kind of small in that shirt, doesn't he? Don't wear black, Alex. Makes you look even smaller and your head looks huge. I think your head is growing. It's the oxalate brain.
Because they deviate a couple inches away from their center of mass.
Is that mustache supposed to make you look mature? What's going on here exactly? What's the deal with the mustache?
It's practically a dummy-proof vertical pole that children at the park and prisoners with IQs of under 100 can learn, provided they're not obese. So if you can't figure out on how to do good enough pull-ups, not even doing it perfectly, but good enough.
It's kind of funny, man. Everybody's like, well, you gotta go to the gym, lift weights, and you're building a muscle. Then all of a sudden they take drugs. Why do you need to take drugs? If weights build muscles, and that's the purpose, going to the gym, building a muscle, why does everybody have to take a creatine and NMN and DHT tablets and like steroids, anabolics, this, that, SARMs, amino acids, all these fake things? I thought that weights build muscles, bro. Get it? Even Blaha says we're building muscle with reps. High, heavy reps, low reps. Isn't he a friend of Blaha? Blaha loves Alex, right? Oh, well, he didn't like him breaking all those weights in the gym with the heavy lifts. I thought getting a stronger gets you bigger, Alex. Alex was lifting all these heavy weights all those years. Man, he was lifting super astronomically heavy weights. Heavy is supposed to build muscles. That's everybody advocates. They keep telling you, you got to go in there. They even tell old people, don't be scared. You got to lift a heavy weight. Everybody, even fucking, what's his name? Michael Hearn, he says, you need to get stronger to get bigger. All this bullshit. You got to lift heavy weights. He wants you to lift heavy weights. He doesn't want you to build a strong body. He wants you to lift heavy weights so you can get bigger. And then you're going to get a stronger. Or no, you're going to get a stronger and then you're going to get a bigger. Oh, wait, I thought you get bigger and then you get stronger. Oh, no, you get stronger, then you get bigger. Oh, that's how it works. Okay. I understand now. I get it.
Enough, despite the thousands of high-quality tutorials available, or just feeling out the movement for some weeks, then there's no free way.
Gosh, I was so stupid all this time. I didn't know. It's a stronger that gets you a bigger. It isn't when you get bigger, you get stronger. It's the opposite. See, I thought if I build a bigger bridge, that bridge would get stronger and could take more capacity going across it. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. See, you understand me? I had no idea. A little bridge. Oh yeah. It's got to get stronger. Yeah, it's got to get stronger to get bigger. You don't make it bigger to get stronger. You see, you don't make a little bridge bigger to get stronger. You have to make it stronger to get bigger. Yeah, okay, I get it.
Exercise that will fulfill this absurdly unrealistic stability standard. So, if the tiniest speck of body motion is a compelling reason for you to dismiss.
What is the purpose of doing a pull-up? Ask yourself that. To get better at pull-ups? When you do pull-ups, do you get better at doing them? What do they do exactly? What's the purpose of it? Is this for show, competition? What is this? Gymnastics? What is this exactly?
One of, if not the best exercises of all time that quite literally built.
Oh, it's an exercise. Wait, what did he say? Build what?
The backs of every old school great that came before you.
It built every old school whatever greats backs that came before me. Oh, it does it? Okay.
And that is still loved by the community at large, especially elites, enhanced or not, then you need.
See, it builds backs. That apparatus, go like that, doing the pull-up, it builds backs, bro. Get it? Yeah.
Guidance from someone who had.
The question is, why isn't his back massive by now? It should be like fucking huge. Like, I mean massively huge, broski. Get it? Yeah.
Has your best interests at heart. So please, allow me to convert you back to reality. First of all,
yes, convert us back to reality, Alex. We like to be converted back to reality. We're so in touch.
the deal breaker is that the body moving back and forth like a pendulum is the cause of instability, and it's already
Pendulum? Yes, back and forth. Okay.
flawed from the very first repetition. Why? Well, pull-ups start in the bottom, where simple hanging is 100% balanced. So upon the initial concentric, coordination is irrelevant no matter how explosive or heavy you go, meaning it must be on the way down, where the body drops into a strained position, where the pendulum effect starts to occur. Horizontal motion can only happen after the first negative, and it can only get progressively worse if these repetitions continue when
Horizontal positionings? I got it.
the body has not returned to its neutral starting position. This is what's seen in pull-up competitions, where after 5 or so rapid reps, form starts to degrade and appear inconsistent given the momentum.
You know, when you're doing these in gymnastics, they do some pull-ups, but they focus more on some other movements when they're using those rings. It's not so much the pull-up itself.
Because the pendulum never stops swinging, which is most apparent with higher repetitions. So in that case, the instability argument could make sense. But therein lies the problem and the elephant in the room. You're not supposed to do pull-ups like that, let alone lat pull-downs, as if you're at a fitness expo.
See, I found that doing pull-ups weaken you. Yeah, doing pull-ups weaken your body. How does it make you stronger when you're doing these movements in the moment? Do they make you stronger in the moment? I don't know.
Trying to win a free t-shirt. No, that's not hypertrophy-specific technique. And Dr. Mike Israel would roast me if he ever saw that in person, which is why he slowed me down using a 45-pound plate in our recent back training collab, which is the real solution to the so-called swinging problem. See,
He collabed with Mike Israel? Alex Leonidas is getting famous. He never collabed with me though, Mike Israel. I tear him apart.
it's primarily on the way down that distorts the movement pattern. For example, if you have a random object hanging off a pull-up bar and let it free fall, once the
Mike Israel will probably tell me, hey, you got to get it stronger to get it bigger, or you need to get better at doing these exercises. And what's the purpose? Because you just need to get better at doing them. Oh, okay.
strap is fully lengthened, there'll be a jolt at the bottom.
You'd probably tell me they're healthy for me if I get better at doing these movements. They're healthy for you. It'll exude some health benefits on your body. Well, what kind? Well, you'll be able to do them better. Well, how's that a health benefit? Well, it just is, okay? Just trust me. Yeah, right, okay. Whatever, Mr. Israel.
That leads to horizontal motion. And if from there, you immediately pull the strap up, then re-drop the object, there'll be a similar outcome, just with more swinging. And the faster...
The funny thing is, the majority of these people that lift chronically, I see these YouTubers online, they've all gotten bald. They've all aged horrendously. I mean, Alex has aged horrendously. I mean, he looks really old. Like, honestly, he's a young guy, but he looks like he looks like he's 40 or something. I don't know. He just looks old, you know? His face, I'm talking about his face, his head, his features, his face. I'm talking about the body so much. You know, your bodies, they're all relative. They can still stay somewhat looking well. But his face is old, man. He's an old man. And those circles under the eyes are not helping him with the vegan diet.
You repeatedly drop and pull, the worse this will get until the object hits you in the face. That said, if you were to slowly lengthen the strap from the top to the bottom, then the object would end up in the same starting position, or at least have very minimal sway.
Holy shit, he looks really small there, like a little manlet with his little hand poking out his arm. He looks like a little manlet guy. Oh shit.
And if you then threw it up from that position but caught it, holding it for a brief second or two, and then slowly pulled it down, a similar level position would be present. So what?
Yes, if I threw it up and then pull it down slow, little level position, we'll come back to that position, and when it's in that position, it goes to the left, right of the upper position to the lower position, and that position will just make it better than the last position, and that will make the muscle bigger.
What's the lesson here? Above all, controlling the negative is the most important form cue to eliminate swinging, to the point that it can even cut out momentum.
I could tell you that you're just pulling out your scapula is what you're doing. You're simply pulling it out so it'll stick out. Yeah, that kind of weakens it actually weakens the scapula, weakens that in your back. If your back was, let's say you did grow some muscle in there, somewhat, a little bit, something, but whatever. But anyways, regardless, with eating I'm talking about, but it kind of weakens the bones back here. Yeah.
From a rushed positive. So for pull-ups,
in other words, it's an unnatural position for them to be like that. You're forcing them to go into another position by being pushed out. They're being stretched out. So it's an unnatural position, so that weakens them. That's why they're weakened.
Strap is your spine, or kinetic chain from head to toe. And if you continuously drop and pull up in synchrony, your body will be flailing all over the place, where there's all kinds of momentum with a high chance of kipping. But if you slowly lower it into...
Look, it's like anything, man. These pull-ups, repetitive pull-ups, will weaken this area of your arm, scapula area, the bone in the back. It's like anything. If you keep repetitively, using your knees, you grind them down, you weaken your knees over time. Yeah, I told you, your body doesn't act the same anymore once it stops growing after 25. That's why a broken bone repairs in 6 weeks. When you're older, 7 to 8 months after 25. Why is that? Because your body is no longer growing. So now you're just causing unnecessary damage to your body. It can become fibrotic over time.
With dead hang, your entire body would be like a stiff rod. A perfect elevator pull, where with straight arms, there's no need to rebalance. Especially if you then pause, which works whether you're moving fast.
Yes.
Some of you may even have to regress to body.
This looks really cute.
Body weight. And that's okay. So very uncomfortable and difficult to move in. So if you're tired of
Leonidas.
wearing clown...
His arms look very ordinary. Look at him in a shirt. Man, when I wear a shirt, my arms come out, bro, and I don't even lift. I just look fucking like a beast when I walk around.
And even shirts that don't hug the guns, which is the opposite problem, then you need to check out Barbell Apparel's Black Friday
Yes, he wants to hug his little guns.
sale. It's basically the only clothes I wear. They sold out for They're explosive on the ascent. Joint angles
Yes, I'm joining your club, Alex, the Leonidas club. Yes, the Manlit club, right away. I'm on that.
that are most conducive to maximize. So hypertrophy outcomes, the place. No, your vertical would argue otherwise. Because if they tried the Royal Marines pull-up test,
Jesus, he's doing a lot of these. Yeah, that's it. Weaken your back more.
which features a slower and also use poor form on pull-ups, right?
You know when people begin to regret what they've done to their body doing this? They regret it when, as you get older, like 40 and stuff, because especially your diet is accelerated. This is accelerated aging, your diet and everything, the inflammatory response is accelerated aging. That's why you see some people like this Korean guy looks 25 and he's like 57. People can't understand why he looks 25. Well, because he doesn't really do this excessive exercising, doesn't do any of these, and he doesn't eat sugar. So he doesn't eat really these weird foods. He's more of a carnivore type of person. So he hasn't aged. But if he was to partake in doing these things, he'd probably age rapidly. Yeah, the body would rage. Here's the thing. Can you really reverse this, a lot of this damage that you've already done? Let's say you're in your 40s, maybe 50s, whatever. You want to reverse all this and get stronger. Your whole goal is to get stronger because now you're getting older, your body's getting weaker because it's weak, because the collagen, the breakdown and all that, you're weak now. What do you need to do to get stronger? And it isn't lifting a heavy weight, bro. What do you need to do? You need to go back to your original diet, which is in nature, an animal diet. That's it. A raw animal diet will eventually slowly restore your body. All right? So yeah, and you'll become stronger. Now, you lifting weights, you'll get better at lifting if you want to go to the gym, but that'll accelerate aging. See what I mean? It is much better. I'm not saying you shouldn't go to the gym and do anything or lift a weight or play some sports or something. It is better to do things periodically than doing them chronically. Anything chronic will accelerate aging, will cause disease and other problems in your body. Hitting something chronically, just like a drug addict. There's people that do drugs. They do it periodically, so they get away with it. But these people that do it chronically, they eventually age, look bad, and then they die or overdose or whatever the hell happens to them. So chronic things destroy you. Like people typing, they get carpal tunnel syndrome and all that because it's something chronic, and a disease will come out if it's chronic. That's why it's much better to do things periodically, or things that you're unaccustomed to doing. More things that you do unaccustomed, there could be benefits there. Definitely there are some benefits there doing things unaccustomedly, because you could get this damage and get the progenitor to donate some extra nuclei to that domain to expand the satellite cell pool for further regenerative purposes and a bunch of other things. There is benefits that come along doing things, specific things. But like I said, there are no benefits in doing things chronically to yourself. They destroy you over time. Yes. All right.
as I've stressed many times before, if you're repping pull-ups with a total weight,
I'm going to leave it at that. I'll see you in the next video. Tell me what you think about that. Like, subscribe, support the channel. The worst argument against pull-ups is it weakens you. That's what it does. It doesn't build muscle. But he thinks that pull-ups build a muscle. Okay, whatever you say.